Why is there just like no way to go to this? Definitely feels a little less intense. Kind of like that. Just like dropping that screen shake down a bit. Oh, you guys can't see that, can you? Okay. So then we want better spike animations. So I like the way that these work. The problem is we just want to make it a little less intense. Like right now it kind of snaps up. So we'll just put some right here. So as good of a place as any. I guess because we're going to be stepping on these a lot, we can maybe move them a bit closer. Like there. I also wonder if we should actually snap them to whole pixels. So, okay. Color A equals 0. We don't care about that. I see. So this was just so we could like do this all in one step. I think we just want to do that. Okay, and then sleep for a second. I guess we just want another state here. Right, so this would be 3, 4. I wonder, yeah, like, we can maybe, no, we need to be in like the active state. So this is idle. Actually, I don't totally know why we have these two states. These are kind of just the same thing. You know what I'm saying? this state is exactly the same. So we can just compress that. Backs up. So we're getting stuck in state 1. Oh, we just need to rename these. It's a little annoying, but whatever. It's not that bad. Now we're stuck in state 1. I wonder... Yeah, I don't really understand why we had... It was probably just an artifact. Okay, so then we want to move ourselves up. Why are we calling update on spikes outside of the room? There really shouldn't be any other spikes in here. Oh, there is another set of spikes. Okay, so then we're here. Equals 1. Is there a bug in move? Huh. Oh, this is like the reveal state. So that's the reveal. Which, that can really be like that. I see. Okay, and then what we would say here is like sleep however long. We'll do 1, 2. Okay. So now this is like reveal spikes. Something. And then what we want to say is like move get anchor y to 0. So we definitely want that to go a lot faster. Right. And we also want to snap to pixels. So this is going to go like... Maybe 16 times. I don't know. 10 seems kind of good. We kind of want to only do this if we're sleeping. Okay, so something like that. And then we go slowly back down. So that's pretty good. It definitely looks a lot better than it looked last time. I wonder at what point this should become deadly. Okay, yeah, definitely when it's raising up like that. So I think the last thing we want to do is just make this be pixel perfect. I don't really like how it's not pixel perfect. Not totally sure. But like... Okay, so let's try to make this pixel perfect. We would just need to change what... Like, we're going to clamp whatever this anchor is to a particular thing. And we just need to, like, floor that value somehow. So we need two things, like 2 bits of state here. What do we got? What do we got in our entities? So this is like what our entities look like. Offset is kind of in pixels. The problem is we need time to be separate from the snapping. So let's sort of do it. We can use the time of the entity sleep system. I think I'm probably going to do that. So let's just say like dump entity state time. I think this should be accurate. No. It's just 0 the whole time. What if we do it sleep? Okay. So maybe in addition to state time, we want like sleep time. Sleepy time. It is kind of sleepy time here right now. So I think we want sleep time. So this is like our alpha, right? And then All we need to do now is like snap this. Okay, yeah, all we really need to do is just change how it gets rendered. So I'm just gonna do that instead. It's much easier. So we're just gonna make a new function. And the default draw is this. Yeah, this is actually what we need to do in these types of situations, is just to separate the logic from the rendering. It becomes a lot simpler. Why are these commented out? Oh, because we're updating in the transitioning state, yeah. And we can actually step frame by frame. What's going on here? could just literally say you're gonna just move at the same speed all the time. I don't know how I like that. Alright, that's pretty good. So let's commit this. Cool. And then the next thing we want to do, let's work on a better plant sprite. I really don't like the plant sprite we've had. So this is kind of what we had, and for reference, let's look at the player. Right, the player's like really not this big. So let's just stick this in the background. That'll just be our reference layer. It's fine if it's like a little bit bigger than the player, but we can't just be like ginormous, right? Because that looks kind of bad. What just happened? Oh, I was drawing on the wrong layer. Why can't I? Maybe we just want to like start with this and scale it down a bit. Maybe that's all we need to do. Even just that looks so much better. Right? Oh, crap, I should have clicked it. It's just like rounding it out a bit. And we can kind of like clean, make this leaf just look more intentional. And then yeah, maybe we want like the base to kind of shift a bit forward. I do like the kind of sharper face. I like the eye. I don't know, something like this maybe feels better. definitely looks better. Still don't love it. I feel like it also doesn't help that I'm working backwards a little bit. Something happened with the sprites. They're like not reloading anymore. It's definitely better, I think. Okay, backgrounds for the levels would be kind of interesting. probably want to add some sounds to this. That would be nice. Put on some headphones. Alright. Can everyone hear these sounds? Like if I go into this. We'll kind of scale this down a little bit, so. So the idea here is we just want to do some like default placeholder stuff. So we already have a jump sound. It's kind of quiet. Okay, so we need like sword slash, a landing sound. I did have some sound assets. Maybe we'll take some of these as placeholders. Some sound stuff from an old game. Yeah. No. What was it called? Called Robot? No. Do we not have it here? I guess we didn't. Wait, we did put sounds in this. Where the heck is that sound coming from? Oh, we did an asset pack? Okay. So we don't have any placeholders. We'll just make some new ones. That's pretty good. Really don't like that land sound. Ooh, that feels kind of crunchy. Now we need attack, shoot, and walk. Okay, attack. That's a pretty good bullet sound. Let's say shoot. We should probably export both of these. Whatever. I want like really good sounds. We maybe don't even want to use BFXR. It's like a little too, you know? It's just a little too weak. Okay, so we got a shoot sound. So that's our shoot sound. I kind of want these bullets to like shake the screen a bit. That would be kind of fun. Guess we could do something like that. Okay, and then so what else do we need? That bullet hitting the wall sound. We could just do some stuff here. Like, hey, if the bullet was destroyed, bullet, what do we call this? Bullet explode. Don't like that sound. Can you sound for like the attack? Hmm. Okay, well, we've got some basic placeholder sounds. I want to probably see if I can find like better default sounds for this stuff. I did have a bunch. I feel like we might want to go like kind of realistic with these. Ooh. Do I have to pay for this? This is good. Literally like the first sound we found. It's pretty good. We don't want these. Okay, we want to do this on another screen. It would be great if Dropbox just wasn't broken right now. But it's got a ton of errors. The whole site is broken. Let's see how this feels, right? It starts to feel really nice. I kind of wish there was no like... There's like a little bit of a... This is good. If we could just remove the background. Groovy booty. Loopable background music. All the art looks cool. Can I just download it? We definitely need some like killer music for this. The music's gonna make a big difference. Alright, can we cut this? Music. Can you just freaking cut it out, man? Let's see what we got here. Okay, these are very short. They weren't joking about short. I wouldn't even really call this music. These are just loops. I guess we can see if we have any stuff that we like. You know, we need to start seeing how everything's gonna come together. So we've kind of got like a pretty decent, like, I don't know. Let's try it out. I do like this song a lot. It would be cool to use this in the game. Ah. This jump animation sound is definitely a bit annoying. Who made this game? It's so hard. Okay. Crap. That's a bug. This might just be the song we go with for now. It's pretty good. It's not perfect. I made it a while ago, but like, I feel like it kind of fits the general vibe. Wall jump is definitely a little weird. Can we even do this jump anymore? We might have broken that jump. Maybe? It's kind of unclear. Crap. Alright. Hey! Who's this guy? It's a little too up, you know? It's like, ah. Maybe we just like cycle through songs and, you know, that's the game. I don't know. Just have like a music player. This song's not bad. Everyone always thinks you can just run across these. I guess you used to be able to. You gotta turn these vibes down a bit. all these songs kind of work. You know, like a little bit. Did we download these already? I kind of want to just go with some Disco Dungeon for now. And you know what? We can make it better. I don't think we have an MP3 loader. I think we gotta convert this to OGG. There's Audacity. Do you have the audacity to use Audacity? Okay, I don't really care. File. Exports. That's OGG. Should we go high quality? I don't know how much space it's going to take, though. Okay, where'd it go? Didn't we just export it here? Export as OGG. Oh, we put it right in data. Hit them right in the data, you know. Hit them right in the data. And it's not even here. I don't know where we saved this to. We're just gonna re-export. Oh, I see. Pixel game data sounds. Disco Dungeon. Sounds good. And does it remember? Okay, yeah, 7. So let's see. 6 megabytes. Oh my god. Can we go lower than 6? Or lower than 7? Let's do a 5. Let's do underscore 5, not to be confused with 5. Right? So that. Let's try it out. I really can't hear a difference. That's only 4. Don't really know how many megabytes we want this to be. I guess sound is just going to take up a lot of space. We'll worry about compressing it later. Okay. Oh god, the sound is terrible. Alright, let's get some disco in there, and then I think it will make the sound effects a bit easier to pick out. So, oh, and I also want to do the pause sounds that we had from the old game. I like these sounds. I want to use them. I want to use like crunchier sounds. like this explode soft a lot more than this bullet hit. Let's go into that. Bullet. Definitely like that. Yeah, we like these. Did we cut them or did we copy paste them? I like those. We do like this roll sound a lot. It's really like, it's got some weight to it. Maybe this could be the shoot sound. What's our current shoot sound? I don't know. Let's do this. Okay, so we got shoot now. Let's fire up those pause sounds as well. Alright, so I gotta get this guy going. So game init, just say play sound, what do we call it? Disco dungeon. Oh, that is unfortunate. We've got to probably do a streaming API. Why does this take so long? The other game didn't take long at all. Is actually the OGG decompressing the slow thing? I think that could actually be the case here. So it's not even the case that for right now we don't really care. We thought we cared about size, but I just don't think we do. Alright, so let's do file, export, WAV. This will just be Disco Dungeon. Alright. It'd be really nice if you just told us how big the export is going to be. I guess we can like write these back. Alright, yes, 35 fat megabytes. That is some uncompressed audio right there. That's also pretty slow. This is a good sound. Alright, Alright, well, we need to make this faster. So I don't really know why it's so slow. For now, I think I'm just going to loop it in the background so we can get like a sense of what it's like. Hopefully this isn't too loud for people viewing at home. But I just want to like run through the game and see how it starts to all kind of like, you know. So I do want to do these like steps. So we gotta just make like a step counter or something. Like that. Right. We'll probably be able to clean this up into some other type of system, but whatever. And I want to do all the sounds at the bottom here. So here's our animations. Here's like some extra sound stuff. So now we just got this like timer going up, right? All we need to do is just like flip between these sounds. So I guess we kind of want to activate it here. Let's just pull out. Whatever. Alright. Sort of like F mod. Sort of. Every 1 second for now. I don't even know if we're playing anything. It's 100 plus DT. Let's just do it. Do dump on step timer 2. So it's definitely going up. Maybe we want to do like times 10 mod 2. So that should be going a lot faster. And then so I want to just do like next. This. Next times 10 2. Are we even finding sound step 0? Sound step 0. It's really quiet. mean, if we do this, it's gonna sound horrible, right? Although that is kind of closer to what we want. Okay, so we just need to say, like, don't play the sound all the time, right? So I don't really know why. Oh, we're comparing the floating point. We almost want like a mod. Oh wait, we just want a normal mod. We don't want an F mod here. That's the situation. Mod is illegal. So we can kind of just like, cast these. And I think we'll probably just multiply through our timing values here. So we can tweak those. Whatever. So 10, and then we'll do current mod 2, and current next mod 2 is not equal to 0. Right. So nothing's being played still. Let's current. Maybe these are always equal. Oh wait, we need to actually include this in the DC. That's the problem. There we go. Can you hear that? I kind of want to space this out a bit. So it's a little fast. I'll dial this back a bit. I kind of want to just try to like synchronize it to the foot pattern, right? I don't like that, like, does it, like the land and then the... Maybe we'll just reset it if you're not grounded. And I think I want to speed this up a little bit. So that's all we need to do. Maybe we'll just make a note here. Step sounds. Oh, and then the last thing is we want this actually to alternate between step 0 and step 1. So I think we can just kind of grab that from the time. Right? We'll just say like if next step mod 4 is less than or equal plus greater than or equal to 0, 1, 2. So kind of just do something like this. So hopefully that sounds different. So that's pretty good. Let's turn this down a bit. Actually, instead of doing input axis, I want to actually just do if your velocity is greater. So I'm going to move this out of movement, I think. Because all the code's already kind of, there's a lot going on there. So we only want to do this if you're moving at all. Right? So just like even if you stop walking, you still get those extra few steps in there. You definitely need like a deafening sound. Like if I get hit by this, it should make a sound. Right? We need some cool like sounds when you break these breakable blocks. I think we just need to stagger the start a little bit. So I'm just gonna stagger it by like a smidge. Alright, let's commit some of this junk. We need to make loading these guys faster. Cool. Alright, we're starting to get some of the stuff in here. So that's good. Maybe nobody wants to play this game. That is also possible. You know? we did some of the stuff. Are there other obvious sounds we're missing?
Start audio.
Oh. We definitely like this song. Come on, just buy it. Damn, this guy like makes freaking bops. Non-loopable. Why is this non-loopable? I want to sort by none of this. I want music. All. Okay. Okay, he's got a lot of pages, this guy. Maybe we want to sort by electronic.
Stock audio.
Not these stock audio things.
Stock audio.
I could vibe with this. You know?
Stock audio. Stock audio. Stock audio.
God damn it. Rainy melancholy. Damn, this guy has so much music. I would totally just buy all of this if there was like an easy way. This credits thing is like confusing, and I don't really know what the difference between these two licenses are. What is a standard license? Up to a maximum of 2,000 items. God, why don't they just make this easy to understand? And then it's like, so stupid. I want 100. I don't even want images, I just want audio. Man, this is so annoying. I do like this guy's work a lot, though. So maybe we just buy it.
Stock audio.
Snake shock.
Stock audio.
Fuck, isn't there just a way to listen without stock audio?
Stop audio.
I wouldn't really say this is music. Alright, we'll have to listen to some of this, but it's pretty cool. In the meantime, I also want to just like buy some good sound effects, you know? Okay, great. Essential retro video game collection. Just want to download the file. Oh, yeah. to say this doesn't really sound like a sword. I don't want to be mean, but I would just not call it a sword sound. Alright, I guess we'll use it for now. Maybe we should use like higher fidelity sound effects. I just don't have a good idea of where to find. It's like this is a good hack, but the labels are all really bad. Pause. Pause in, pause out. If we're paused, we'll say stop all sounds. Pause out. So if you'd like to do this really fast, and then we just flip them. Right. Alright. Oh hey, how's it going? Time reveal. What are you up to tonight? We're just working on adding some sounds to the game to hopefully make it sound a bit better. They're kind of just placeholder sounds, not much. That's good. I mean, it is Sunday. It's good to kind of relax a bit. Like, I want to make all of these sounds better. Right now they're kind of just placeholders. We made some cool ice off stream the other day. Okay, there's definitely a bug with the step sounds. I had a feeling. Can you hear this okay? Like, or is it too loud? The game audio. Step. It's fine. Okay, cool. So yeah, the problem is like we want it so that if you're moving and then you stop moving, you want to hear the step sound. But if you're on ice, you shouldn't make any step sounds. I guess we could just do input for now. And then that doesn't really sound as good either. It's almost like I kind of want the step timer to last like just a little bit longer than you were holding it down. So maybe I just won't go too crazy with that for now. But we'll just do your input. Oh god, what just happened? That was like some crazy bug or something. I got like stuck in the floor. I have no idea what was happening. Oh god. Oh no. This is bad. We should probably figure out why this is happening. It only really started happening. What? I don't even know how to recreate it. That's part of the problem. Just try to go like crazy. What do you think about this game so far? Time reveal. Been working on it for about a week. Feeling pretty good overall about where it's at. Like, obviously there's a lot that can still be better, but I added wall jumps. I don't know if that was in the last video. Okay, I can't seem to recreate that bug, but we're gonna just be on the lookout for something that looks horrible. Looks great for only a week. Yeah, thanks. And like, most of this work was just building this game. Like, we do technically have some custom engine work we did a little bit during this time, but mostly was just building the game. I feel like sounds are kind of an important part to get the feeling right, and like, we just kind of need to start adding them. I want like a sound for these spikes, like, or something, you know? We've just been using this program, which is pretty good. I don't know. A lot of these are kind of just, we can change them, but this is what we've got for now. I want like a tick sound. I kind of just want like a massive pack of pre-made sounds that I could like look through. I'm not the world's greatest sound designer. I feel like that's definitely... So this is BFXR. Highly recommend this program if you're making like, you know, any sort of like pixel art game. You can pull it up here. It's very good. It was made in Flash. And it's just like, it does exactly what you need it. You can like, it's got a bunch of presets. I don't know, the UI might not scale super well, but you just like click, I want to make a sound. It just generates random sounds that kind of sound like the thing. And like, it's great. So this is how we've been making a lot of our sound effects so far. And yeah, it's fine. Like I kind of am between wanting to like use more realistic sounds in the final game. I feel like for now they're good as placeholders, but I don't know. Like sounds are just such an important and like under emphasized aspect of games that like I don't really feel like I want to limit the game to these kinds of sounds. And then I also had this other pack of like, I found this online somewhere. Essential Retro Video Game Sound Effects Collection. I think the sounds are pretty good, but they're like horribly named. So you kind of just have to like listen to all of them. But these are pretty decent too. Simple damage sound. Those are fine. Oh god, these are really weird sounds. I like this one. Sounds like Yoshi almost or something. I really like this sound. It's so like crunchy or something. We can also do some like real programming. I don't know. I should probably just like find a pack somewhere and just use that, and then not focus too much on this stuff. All right, let's just try to put some basic placeholder stuff in there. So what do we need? We've got walk. We need like an attack. We've got jump. Okay, so let's just find something for attack. What have we got? That does not sound like a sword at all, but we'll just do it. Oh god, that sounds terrible. Well, let's at least like not make it so loud. Okay, I guess it sounds better when it's quieter. Actually sounds better than I thought it would. I got feedback from a friend playtester that we should like make this grass cuttable. Maybe that would be good, but we need a sound for when you break these. Do we have any sort of like break? Explode sound, impact, explosions. Something like that. Grass cuttable. Oh, so like you could like see these little like green. They're almost like background flourishes. But they were saying like if you attack them with your sword, they want to like have them get hit to make it feel more real or something. Which I kind of agree with. It's like a little weird that you're just like walking around and you know, you should be able to like do something. Or maybe if you walk by it, it could kind of like sway a bit. But it kind of feels like there's only so much we can do for this style pixel art game. like a shimmer type thing would make more sense if we were like going sub-pixel, which I guess I do go sub-pixel. Like this movement is actually sub-pixel placement. And when you're moving and jumping, we're sub-pixel. The spikes, like everything in between movements are sub-pixel, but when you're like not moving, I snap you to a whole pixel. What were we calling this? Shortest hard 4. I don't know, like block break. Yeah, it's probably not the biggest, like the most important detail at this point, making sure you can interact with background things. I guess we could kind of just do this in the destroy method. We've got like this. What do you need to learn when you create your own custom engine? Yeah, that's a good question. So a lot of stuff is the short answer. I guess it also depends like what you're making your engine in. Like if you're just talking about making a custom game engine in like something that can run on Windows, for example, then there's a lot of stuff you need to learn about. So like every game has to like get input from the user, which involves also like creating and destroying windows. I can like show you how some of this stuff works if you're curious, but so you've got to like gather input from the operating system is step 1. And then you also need to draw stuff back out to the screen. And so with drawing stuff, like it depends how native you want to go. For this type of game, you could totally just do like a CPU side rendered thing. But yeah, like, so I'm using OpenGL for rendering, and I guess C++, like if you don't know C++, like you could use a different language. So you probably want to learn like some sort of systems programming language, like maybe Rust. I don't particularly love Rust. I think it has like too many features in it. But you probably want a systems programming language so that you can actually look at the machine code of your game, and then you can like optimize anything you want to optimize. We don't do a ton of optimizations yet at this point, but it's nice that you could. And I mean, other than that, it just takes a lot of time, right? Like, I've been kind of stubborn. You can definitely use more libraries than just like, I'm only using 4 libraries in this whole engine. How did I get started? So the best resource for me was Handmade Hero. If you haven't heard of this series, it's really good. I'll post a link in the chat. Yeah, Casey. I got started game programming a very long time ago, but engine programming, I didn't really start until like 2018 or so. And my first engines were like browser-based engines, so they were pretty bad. Like I was making something and I was like, oh, I'll just make a game and ship it on the web. Probably need to watch. I don't think you need to watch all of his videos. I think he also says this. Like, you don't really need to watch all of his videos, but it's very useful to watch the ones about stuff you want to do. So, like, I don't know. They're, like, especially the early ones. Like, the first 0 through 30 or 50 are very good. Because he does just, like, he covers so much stuff. And then I think after that, it's like, I would kind of cherry pick based on what you want to try to do. I don't really recommend building an engine if you're trying to make a game, but I really liked the process of doing it, and now I can like totally change everything the way I want it to be. I watched up to. I think I only watched up to like about 30 or 50 or so. Yeah, like only just the early ones, and I would watch them kind of at fast speed, and like honestly, a lot of it went in one ear out the other. I think. Yeah, I think overall it like he does a lot of good stuff, and it's good to just like watch someone sitting down and doing the things. Um, but I think the most important thing is like if you're trying to get good at programming, spend time programming. Like have explicitly like this is a practice day. I'm like gonna sit down and do some OpenGL stuff or whatever. I don't know like where you're at in terms of engine programming stuff, but uh, I definitely think handmade programming and like systems programming and game programming, like these things definitely make you a better programmer. I don't know like what you do for your day job if you have a day job, but um, like I've done a lot of like freelance React web dev work, and I don't like it at all very much anymore. But even just even just with that kind of job, I think a lot of the handmade stuff still is very good and helpful. Um, yeah, it's all trade-offs. But yeah, I mean, if there's anything you're curious about seeing, like how I did in this engine, I'm happy to show you. Nothing's really like a secret. It's all more or less kind of the code you would expect it to be. Like, I referenced some stuff in Handmade Hero, like the code and the videos. I also looked at like GLFW, which is a windowing input system library, so that was pretty helpful. But one thing I'm pretty happy about, like for this time around, because I've worked on this engine for a past game, and like I can even show you the past game, but I got it to a decent place. It just took me like 6 months or something because I was also building engine features while I was building the game features, which engine stuff kind of has a tendency to like rabbit hole unless you have a very dedicated game you're making. So one thing I did this time around, which I really like, is just fat entity struct. Like no subclasses, nothing. It's just a big struct, and if you want special properties, you just add them to the struct. And like actually most entities just use these base properties. Now granted there's a lot of freaking properties in this instance, and I definitely could make it smaller. But this code has felt like so much better to work in than the old system. The old system did some kind of like weird, like player extends entity nonsense. And then I had like a lot of virtual function pointers all over the place. And that was like kind of annoying to work with. Oh, Mike. I think one thing I had to kind of be careful of with Casey's stuff is like sometimes I would, before writing a system, like this asset system, I would kind of like go and look at, oh, how did Casey do this? And like kind of spend too much time almost like trying to copy what he had did without actually just solving my own problem. And I think that was just one thing to like kind of I had to like get myself out of that state to actually get stuff done. Like, okay, I just need to solve the problem for me. I don't need to do exactly what Casey did. Like, this doesn't do background asset loading. It just loads everything. Yeah, kind of like trying to memorize stuff. It like, I don't know if this is a good analogy, but it's almost like building a shell of the idea without first focusing on like the core foundation. And like, I think similarly with the game, it's like, yeah, you have to start from a strong core and work your way up. And what that translates to in programming, I have found is just like doing the stupidest thing possible and then making it slowly better. Okay, that sounds cool. I like that sound. Okay. It's a little loud, but I think it's cool. Yeah, sound stuff is like... So I did also make my own sound backend, which was fun, and a lot of that was based on Casey's thing. But like, you can get some like pretty awful bugs when you're programming sound. Should there be like a bubble popping sound? I could just get a microphone and like record these sounds myself, you know? Maybe that's like actually a decent way to prototype these. Cause like I feel like I'm like generating them with this program. They're not exactly what I want them to be, and maybe actually just like getting a mic and like making fake sounds would be closer to what I want them to be. Staying focused while encoding. Well, what do you find yourself like doing? You know, is it like you're trying to think of how would someone else do this problem? Like, what are the things that like, do you just get distracted easily? What's like the thing that's like taking your focus away? I've also had problems with focusing. Distracted. I guess specifically by what? Like a phone? Is it like internet, reading Twitter? Like maybe just try things to remove those distractions if you can. Like I don't program usually with my phone next to me. I usually keep it like on the other side of the room. So I like don't check it that often except when I get up to take bathroom breaks. And one thing I've been thinking about that Casey does is he programs with no internet, which I think is very cool. And maybe a lot of the internet's just very distracting too. Like whatever you show up to do that day, you should maybe just already have in your head. YouTube videos. Are they YouTube videos about programming or just random YouTube videos or something? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think for me, what helped was like starting to feel good about the projects. Like I had kind of a deadline, and it was like last week was like I have this full week to work on this thing, and I was like, I guess I should try to do something. And then once it started kind of making sense, like you'll see like a lot of this stuff is horribly optimized. Like 48 draw calls for this like really basic scene. That's terrible. This number should be 1. But the thing is, like, I just got so into the mode of like ruthlessly prioritizing the game that I was just like, all right, it doesn't matter. Like, I'll fix this later. So I don't know. Like, there is something to be said about maybe starting small, maybe building up momentum on something you're excited about. I definitely think that's helped me. But it kind of ebbs and flows for sure. Are you working on any like projects at the moment? maybe try to watch one video a day on Casey YouTube. Yeah, maybe. Or like, at the very least, try to do an hour of programming a day on some specific thing. Recently learned regex. Yeah, okay, cool. Regexes are weird. They're like fine, I guess. I don't know. I guess it's nice for like quick scripting, but like not nice for like performance or I don't know. I don't have like yeah, they do come up pretty often. Everyone uses them everywhere. But I don't like regexes that much. Like in this thing, I've got like some stuff. So, you know, this is some kind of operation you do in a regex. Like, oh, trim the white space from the beginning and the end of this word. But just written as a straightforward function, I think is like so much easier to understand. But yeah, for sure, it's definitely good to know about them because a lot of people use them. I feel like I've almost had to like unlearn using regexes at this point. Even for like day job stuff, if I have a feeling I want to use them, I'll like first think if I can try to do it. Yeah, they're super weird. They're so difficult to understand. I really don't like them that much. I think, like I said, for a quick scripting thing, it's fine, but like, I don't know. If you write like all your code with regexes, then it's just like, how do you go back to that later and understand what's going on? Yeah. What, I guess like what language do you program in? Or like, what's the main one you've been learning in or working in? Sounds like some sort of scripting kind of language. Oh, okay, C++. Do they have regexes in C++, or are you using a library for it? I guess you must be using... Does the standard library have it? I don't really use the standard library. Oh, okay, you just mean for like finding and replacing stuff? Like, for like code refactors? Gotcha, yeah. They definitely can be helpful for code refactors. Like Sublime Text also supposedly supports them. I don't know. I just like, if I sit down and I'm like, wow, what's the syntax to do this in regex? I'm just like, I'll just do it manually. It's fine. It doesn't take that much time. I kind of want some sort of like tick sound. None of these are what I want. I don't know. Maybe we can just make one by like messing around with this. leak code. Nice. It seems good, at least, that there's like some sort of regular practice kind of stuff. I've never really done leak code myself. I don't know, like, how much it translates into day-to-day stuff, but even just like small isolated problems seems good. I guess I would just be wondering, like, how much is it like CS interview type questions, and how much is it like the actual kinds of stuff you would encounter when you're programming? Like, I don't know. I don't really use like any data structures in this except arrays and hash tables, for example. Just interviews. Okay, yeah. Makes sense. This does not sound at all like I want it to sound. Okay, we're just gonna put some random thing in there for now. This is fine. Yeah, that makes sense. It is kind of unfortunate that that is the case with a lot of interviews. Like, it's almost just like its own thing to get good at. Yeah, it's kind of just like an arbitrary filter function. And if you're Google or something, I guess you can afford to just say, hey, we're just gonna not hire a lot of people that would have been great hires and we don't care. But I don't know. I don't think you can do that stuff if you're a startup and you like just need to hire talent. I think it's like a very inefficient interview style. Spike tick. We call it spikes tick. Do I print out like sound not found or something? That would be handy. Maybe in this function. So what's weird is like read entire file. I guess we could just say like, hey, if there's no data, for something like that. How do you prefer to have tech interviews done to find good candidates? Yeah, I've done like a little bit of hiring, and I've thought a little bit about this. I think I would try to make them as realistic as possible. Like, to try to simulate the actual job as much as you can. And if you don't have the time to be able to do that, so like maybe literally just sitting down with someone and like having them work through a problem is like the ideal. And I think you can also get a lot of depth by having just like a very conversational style interview. Like Casey actually did a mock interview with Sean McGrath, and he like posted on YouTube, and I think it's actually a very good interview style where you pretty much just pretend like you don't really know what someone's talking about, and you just get them to explain it to you as if you never heard of the concept. So I think a combination of those two styles are like very good. Like either just like literally like, hey, can you program this thing and we can work together. It's not like there's secrets and I won't tell you syntax if you forget syntax or something. Like I feel like that stuff is like not really the point. The point is just like given a problem and like a couple hours, can you solve the problem to a reasonable degree? And then yeah, I think like you can get a lot of depth from having someone who knows a lot about programming just kind of like poking at someone's knowledge. That's what I would do if I had to design interviews, but I don't really have to design interviews, so it's fine. I guess this function doesn't actually return the way we thought it should. So I thought read entire asset was used for load sound. I would have kind of expected there to be some sort of spike tick. Whatever. I'm not too worried about it. Okay, we do have a failed to read entire file. I feel like that should be good enough. For some reason, just wasn't seeing any of that message show up. So, whatever. Oh god. Oh no. That is definitely not what we wanted. Tick. See what I mean about placeholder? Like, this just sounds so stupid. I want this to sound like a little, like, tick or something. I guess to be fair, I don't even know if we're gonna use these in the final game. Definitely feel like we need to limit the max volume when you play multiple sounds at once. There's so much frameworks and text specific, and I just want to get hired. Yeah, the framework stuff is, yeah, I think like if someone tells me like, oh, I would just install this package, then I'm like, okay, well, you're not telling me how you would solve this problem. And maybe that's like a reasonable trade-off if you're like trying to ship a thing quickly or something. But yeah. I do think that in general, just like being good at programming is the thing that gets you hired, and you might miss out on some jobs because they were looking for a weird, specific kind of way of gauging your talent, but don't want to learn all new types of technology specific. What do you mean by technology specific? New technology specific. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, React is what the kids are using these days. It's really kind of a bad... Like, it was probably a step forward for I want to build... I don't know, I have mixed feelings on it. It's like, really, the web was not designed to build applications. So, you're like using the wrong tool for the problem. How do you keep up? I think... So I think what helps with keeping up and new frameworks and stuff is there's just a certain, like, fundamental knowledge of computing and programming that doesn't really change that much. Like, if you understand the basics, I think it becomes easier to build on top of that solid foundation. I think it's a lot harder because there's so many things out there these days, so it's like, what do I even learn first? And what is the foundation of the thing I'm trying to learn? And what's the thing everyone's doing now? So I kind of feel that way about, like, React. It's like, if you understand the basics of HTML and building a web page and some basic programming stuff with JavaScript, then, like, okay, React is kind of just taking that and making a new API that, like, maps back to that representation. And I don't know, you do just have to, like, figure out the way to do that thing in this library or whatever, which can be annoying at times for sure. So, yeah, I think you kind of have to also just be trying new stuff out sometimes. Like, I've done a bunch of React for a long time now, and the first React site I made was very bad. And I got better at it, for better or worse. I'd rather probably be programming games or, like, systems stuff. But that's all I really have gotten paid to do. So I don't know. I don't know if I have, like, good advice other than just, like, try stuff out and try to have, like, a solid foundation of knowledge to build on top of. I don't want to get interview on React or something. Well, I guess if you're trying to be a front-end developer, then you probably should want an interview on React. But if you don't want to be a front-end developer and you're not interviewing for those kinds of positions, then yeah, I don't see any reason to learn something like that. Like, it's maybe good to have a basic idea of what it's doing, but it's kind of just like, if you understand immediate mode UIs, then, like, yeah, a lot of positions are full stack, yeah, and you just want to be doing, like, back-end stuff. Or not even. I definitely want some sound for this thing. It's definitely tricky, though, because there's, like, a difference of what you personally want to learn and what you think you could reasonably get hired to do. For me, those things have been kind of separate for a while. And I'm trying to bring them closer back together, but, like, you know, still I just make games for fun and then I have to do other work to pay rent. It's just, it is what it is. So many web developers get paid so much to do so little. It's crazy. Kind of like this. This is kind of cool sounding. Alright, whatever. This will be the thing for now. I don't know if I should name this just like what it is or the thing that it's affecting. Oh, Jesus. Right, because we're doing this in the wrong place. Shouldn't this only happen once? Oh, okay, because this isn't in our state logic. I don't know what else we need to add. At least we have some placeholder sounds. Oh god, it's the bug. It's the crazy bug. Oh wait, no. This isn't a crazy bug. This is a developer thing I built. Maybe it's just a weird interaction of the developer tool. Like, I have a thing where you can, like, slow down time here. So you can, like, make sure that things are frame rate independent. And you can step through frames, too. Which is kind of cool. But I think I just had, like, a weird interaction of those two things, which isn't really a big deal. These things feel so good, and they were like pretty easy to implement, but like just being able to like use these dev tools has been pretty nice. These bubbles should have some sort of sound. He should make a sound when he shoots the bubbles. I don't know. There's so many folders. Movement and weapons. It's probably not a weapon. Maybe this. I think one of these early ones was good. That sounds good. What else? Feel like... Oh. What? Oh, I'm in God mode. This is what happens when I shut off the dev tools. Okay, this might just be a bug. Might? Yeah, okay. Should definitely be some sort of sound for when... for when you like attack him. I mean, some sort of like monster die sound. Death screams. Some of these are pretty gnarly. Like, that one just sounds like so... I kind of like this one. Let's do... take damage. I guess we could put it in take damage. Maybe we'll just do here. Oh. Did that not do it? Enemy die. Okay. So this is the plant. Oh, this is the bat. I guess we should maybe abstract. We should just maybe move this code somewhere. Like, maybe just here. I don't know. It's fine. Whatever. Say like enemy. I'll probably like roll all this up into my first job in tech. Okay, so I think it kind of depends what you mean by tech. If you just mean any job where I programmed and got paid to program, then it was at a local real estate company in my hometown growing up. And I just worked there after school during high school for like a summer or something. Like up until the summer, and then I worked there during the summer. And that job was really great. Like, I learned so many things that I use today as a developer. Like Git and Tmux and Bash and just a ton of that stuff. But my first like tech job was at LinkedIn, actually. I had like an internship there. And it was fine. I guess I just didn't really like it that much. Oh god. That sound is like... That's like... This person's like children are like crying out for him. I don't know, it's like nuts. It's almost, it just lasts a little too long, I feel like. guess this one could work. I want to call this like die horrible death. Alright, and then we'll just change this. I don't know. I think I have to restart the game. You didn't get asked to leak code or anything. No, I got really lucky. I just got asked, like, kind of like, it was a really simple question. Because I was interviewing for, like, a web developer position there. And maybe this was even before leak code and, like, cracking the coding interview was a thing. No, I think it was still a thing then. But yeah, it was just like, how would you write string replace or something was the question. And then they maybe asked me one sort of leak codey type question. I don't totally remember. Like maybe it was about trees or something, or I think it just wound up being kind of easy overall. And I got like lucky in that way. Because I like never prepare for those kinds of interviews. I'm just like, if you don't know that I'm... If you don't like at least know that I'm a decently competent programmer, then like, I don't want to work at your company. But... I don't know. I guess it's hard. Should we get some music going too? This is like placeholder music for the game. I feel like it's kind of hard to tell if sound effects are working without some sort of background music or something. But yeah, I mean, I've actually mostly just like freelanced for most of my programming career. I've been doing it for like 6 years or so. So I was actually remote before the pandemic. I did not like commuting ever. I don't know if I have the snake death animation for sound. Oh. Oh god. Oh crap. What's our snaky guy? This color. I don't know if the bubble should have like a sound when it bounces. That might be a little much. Is the pay about what you would get for full-time? It really depends on the project. I think early on I was actually getting paid more than I would have gotten full-time. But since a lot of like salaries have gone up a bunch, like in the past year or so, maybe now it's less on average. I don't really know. It was good pay though, like it was very solid, and I don't know. It also kind of depends on the projects. I guess we already have this. I don't know. Alright. I should loop this. Good enough. Bubble needs a pop sound. We could record that. But yeah, I think one underrated things about freelancing is just like, you know, not working 40-hour weeks is like the norm. Or not the norm, but it's like not uncommon. And so I would work sometimes 2 projects for 20 hours a week, or sometimes just 1 project for 20 hours a week, and then like spend my free time making games and stuff, or engines or whatever. I don't know. You just have a lot more control over your schedule, which is nice. Maybe with remote work at full-time places, you get that too. I just don't really know. Jump landing. I kind of like this one. What do we do? It's a little too intense, I feel like. I don't know, it's kind of... So they don't make a sound if they die. I have a lot of this like kind of crappy copy and pasted stuff. Yeah, okay, I mean it's like right here, but still. guess we could try bubble bounce sound. What would be a good bubble bounce? I don't know. Climbing stairs, climbing ladder. Okay, no. Simple bleep. That's a good one. I should probably start using this thing more. That's pretty good. Yeah, I went to college here in the States, in Maryland. Okay. That kind of sounds like a bomb or something is about to go off. Yeah, I was CS major. I started programming when I was like 11 or 10 or something, because I was like making games in Game Maker. And so I think CS just felt like the closest thing to what I wanted to do. But I didn't love the like computer science-y parts of it. I think I wish I took some of it a little bit more seriously, like the mathy sides of things. Because that definitely helps, like, game programming, especially. Linear algebra and, like... But... Other than that, yeah, I felt like I could just, like, look up the algorithms for, like, Dijkstra's or something. Like, what? The tests kind of felt weird. It's like, I don't really want to learn how to, like, prove this stuff myself. I definitely don't like how they all just add together here. I feel like it's fine when there's one of them, but when there's like a couple, it feels like overkill. Maybe we should only play that sound if it's bouncing a certain amount. Then we can make this maybe... I don't know what's a reasonable amount here. Need to fix that. That seems pretty decent. Oh, I should probably get to bed soon. I don't know what time it is by you. It's like 1 a.m. here. I was staying up like really late this week working on this thing. But I feel like these sounds are starting to like come together. I found this cool sound, like, I found this website, and specifically this one person's, like, sound. They have a bunch of, like, retro sounding music. It sounds really good. I want to buy it, but, like, this website has, like, weird licensing information. So I've just been using this song. I made it a while ago as, like, placeholder music, but I do want to at least, like, buy music, if not, like, try to find someone who would, like, make it special for this game. But I don't know. Maybe these are good enough, these sounds. Oh yeah? Is it also... What are we gonna call it? I don't know what I want to call it. It's just been called Pixel Game this whole time, which is a bad name. So I'm open to suggestions, I guess. I don't really have a strong idea for it yet. I felt like I would maybe think of it at some point. But yeah, this was fun. I don't think I got like a ton done, but at least I got some of these sound effects in place, which feels good. It's starting to like feel a bit better. Yeah, the goal is to release on Steam, and I want to charge a non-zero amount for it. Probably something like $5, 5 to 10, depending on how big I want up making it with all the levels. But I don't know. I think the game is actually like pretty good so far. The problem is like there's no hook to it. There's no like one thing that I think people just get and like it clicks. You know, like I don't know, maybe you get that over time, but it seems like games that start out with like that kind of mechanic maybe just are more enjoyable to play or something. Like, I don't know, 1001 Spikes or like VVV. These games. These are pretty cool. And like, you know, they just built the whole game around the one concept. So with this game, I don't know if there is like a one concept kind of thing, other than maybe it's sort of Metroidvania-esque, but sort of retro. But yeah, I do want to like actually see this through. I feel like I built up a decent amount of momentum over this week, and I've been saying I want to finish a game for a long time, and like it would be cool to actually finish and ship something like with the whole handmade engine and all that. But yeah, that's the goal, is like over the next 3 weeks or so, like really polish up what's there and make the level design a lot better and add music, and then yeah, I want to try to do it for real. But yeah, I mean, this was fun hanging out. Thanks for coming by. I'll probably do more streams throughout the week. I have to like maybe get better at prioritizing stuff, but that's okay. Yeah, I'll see you around, and I guess yeah, good luck with the leak code and stuff, and have a good night.